Hi, I'm Nurse Sherry, your quality longevity lifestyle and high performance coach. Welcome back to the Longevity Unlocked podcast. Today's topic, SLEEP, sleep, because you can't out hustle exhaustion. You can't pour from an empty cup or a drained mitochondria. If you've ever said, I'll sleep when I'm dead, this episode is for you. I myself used to embrace that mantra, but by the end, you'll learn how to unlock deep and REM sleep for total recovery, hack your circadian rhythm for consistent energy, and understand why sleep is the new wealth. Let's dive in. The sleep crisis of high achieving women. High performing women are burning out faster than ever. Chronic sleep loss spikes cortisol, disrupts insulin, and throws off your hormones. As a critical care nurse for nearly 3 decades, I've seen what sleep debt does. It slows healing, increases your blood pressure, and contributes to brain fog. Yet, we still celebrate Team No Sleep. Hustle culture has convinced a lot of us that the only way to succeed is to grind harder, sleep less, and push through the exhaustion. But here's the truth: that mindset is completely at odds with the longevity lifestyle. When we live in constant hustle mode, our bodies stay stuck in fight or flight. Cortisol, our main stress hormone, stays elevated, and over time, it triggers inflammation, insulin resistance, and faster cellular aging. Our brains can't rest, our bodies can't recover, and our sleep, it suffers first. Because when cortisol is high, melatonin, our sleep hormone, can't do its job. We toss and turn, we wake up exhausted, and then we feel another day with caffeine and adrenaline, all while wondering why we feel burnt out, bloated, or just off. In hustle culture, sleep is seen as weakness, like it's optional. But here's what science says: even one night of poor sleep spikes cortisol, slows metabolism, and clouds your thinking. Do it over and over again, and you disrupt your circadian rhythm, accelerate aging, and shrink your health span. It's time to shift from productivity to presence, because longevity isn't built by doing more, it's built by recovering better. When we rest deeply, our hormones rebalance, our cells repair, and our creativity returns. This isn't about quitting ambition, it's about redefining it. The highest performers and the longest living people all know this truth: rest is a strategy, not a reward. So tonight, instead of chasing the next deadline, try chasing deeper sleep, because the real flex is waking up restored, focused, and fully alive. Sleep is not a luxury, it's a leadership strategy. Every hour of deep sleep compounds like interest on your energy account. If you know me, I love a good affirmation. It's affirmation time. Here are 2 affirmations I want you to repeat. Remember, affirmations prompt the brain to find the solution. So here's the first affirmation: how can I honor my body as my most valuable business partner tonight? I'm going to repeat it. How can I honor my body as my most valuable business partner tonight? Here's the second affirmation: how can I create more by doing less, resting deeply, and trusting that recovery amplify my results? Now, this is one I love. Say it again. How can I create more by doing less, resting deeply, and trusting that recovery amplify my results? Now we're going to get into understanding your sleep architecture. Let's decode your sleep stages, because that's the makeup of your sleep. Today, we're breaking down something that sounds simple but truly drives everything from your focus to your fat loss, and that's sleep. And not just how many hours you get, but what happens inside those hours. The 4 stages of sleep that will determine how well you recover, think, and perform. Stage 1 is light sleep. Stage one is a short transition between being awake and falling asleep, usually lasting just a few minutes. Your heartbeat slows down, muscles relax, and your brain produces slower theta waves. This is the dozing off phase. If something wakes you, you might even say, I wasn't asleep yet. But this stage matters because it's where body decides whether you're ready to fully let go and drift deeper. Stage two is light sleep or your baseline sleep. This is where you spend the majority of your night. Your body temperature drops, your breathing steadies, and brain activity shows special bursts called sleep spindles. These actually protect your sleep from outside noise and help consolidate memory. Think of stage two as your body's maintenance mode. You're not yet repairing or dreaming, but your system is stabilizing, preparing for the deep work ahead. Now we're entering stage three, deep sleep, slow wave sleep. Stage three is the holy grail of physical restoration. This is deep, slow wave sleep where growth hormone is released, muscles rebuild, tissues repair, and your immune system strengthens. If you're strength training, healing from illness, or just want to look and feel youthful, this is where the magic happens. And I can attest to that. You're hard to wake during this stage. And if someone does wake you, you feel groggy, disoriented. Me, I'm cranky and even cranky. Getting enough deep sleep helps lower blood pressure, balance glucose, and even reduce the risk of chronic diseases. The last stage, stage four, is your REM sleep, your dream stage. REM sleep or rapid eye movement. This is where your brain goes into creative overdrive. It's dream time. Your heart rate and breathing increase slightly, your eyes dart behind your eyelids, and your brain processes everything you've learned, felt, and experienced that day. REM sleep fuels memory, emotional regulation, and creativity. Miss out on it, and you'll feel mentally foggy, emotionally reactive, and less resilient under stress. This is why I suggest for a bedtime ritual, which we're going to get to that a little bit later, that I call it a dump. I do it in the morning and at night when I journal. And in the morning, if I wake up with something, which is rare because I dump at night, but I'll dump whatever thoughts happened during the day. Say my boss yelled at me, I didn't like it. Instead, I will dump what I didn't like, and then I would visualize how I would have wanted it to play out. So that way, when I'm sleeping, my deep sleep is deeper. And then my REM sleep, I'm not working that out during my sleep. Because sometimes that's where we get night terrors because we're not actually putting the day away. And then during our rapid eye movement or our stage four sleep, our brain and subconscious is trying to work through those things. And sometimes it can lead to night terrors if we went to sleep deeply disturbed to begin with. So the next time you think sleep is just downtime, think again. Each stage has its job. Stage one eases you in, stage two stabilizes you, stage three restores your body, and stage four recharges your mind. Prioritize all four, and you don't just wake up, you level up. What happens when you skip deep or REM sleep? You're not just tired, you're metabolically unstable. Even one night of broken sleep can mimic insulin resistance. That's why so many women say, I'm doing everything right, but still not losing fat because your body never entered repair mode. My body, especially, I realize that because, of course, I track and I do data as a longevity coach. And I noticed that my diet is 90% on par, actually 95%. And I usually daily get in 8 to 10, probably 12K steps a day. And I do my strength training twice a week and I do my micro strength training daily. And I'll get on the scale and I'm like, this scale is not moving. And once I go back and look, it's one or two things. My stress management is crazy and my sleep is not good. And I am still working on my sleep. My sleep hygiene is not perfect. So when I'm talking to you all, I'm talking to myself. But I can see the difference on the scale. So the scale will tell the tale, and sleep is so important if you want to release fat. So now we're going to talk about circadian rhythm hacks. Your circadian rhythm is your 24-hour internal clock. It runs on light, movement, and consistency. So with morning light, you want to get 10 minutes of sunlight within the 30 minutes of waking. Some people, because I wake up early in the morning before the sun rises, normally, and they have this neat invention called a sunlight lamp, and it mimics sunlight. So you're getting that as soon as you wake up. For me, I just flip on the lights and that's all I need. And it's waking up. So the sunlight tells your brain daytime's here, melatonin wears off, energy is turned on. You move, stretch, walk, breathe deep. You prime your cortisol the right way. Now, caffeine cutoff, no coffee after 2 p.m. because it block REM hours later. And that's true. I usually will abide by this rule, but every now and then, because like I said, I'm still working on my sleep hygiene and I'm growing and scaling a business and still working at the hospital, my sleep is a little disjointed. But, let's work on this together. We're going to be each other's accountability partners. And then have an evening wind down routine. Dim the lights, turn off screens, no doom scrolling. Create a digital sunset. Power down for peace about 60 to 90 minutes before bed. Shut down your phone, laptop, and TV. The blue light from screens delays melatonin production, your sleep hormone, and keeps your brain wired for daytime mode. Try replacing screen time with a calming ritual like journaling, stretching, or listening to soft music. Here's longevity tip number one. Use a digital sundown alarm. When it goes off, that's your cue to disconnect and start transitioning to rest. Number two, create a sensory cue that triggers relaxation. Engage your senses with consistency. Dim the lights. Light a lavender or chamomile scented candle. I love candles. Or use a few drops of essential oil in a diffuser. Your body learns to associate that scent or sound with slowing down. Longevity tip number two, keep it simple. One scent, one song, one routine. Consistency teaches your nervous system that it's safe to rest. Number three, and this is what I was talking about earlier, mind dump. Clear the clutter. Grab a notebook and do a 2-minute brain download. Write down anything on your mind, tasks, worries, goals. Then consciously release them until tomorrow. Return to the earlier affirmations. Longevity tip number three, end your note with gratitude. Today, I'm thankful for. Gratitude lowers cortisol, your stress hormone, and helps your body shift into recovery mode. Body scan or breath work, a short 5-minute relaxation ritual can make a world of difference. Try deep belly breathing. In for 4, hold for 7, exhale for 8, or do a guided body scan meditation. This slows your heart rate, activates your parasympathetic rest and digest system, and preps your body for deep sleep. I'm telling you, this actually works. Longevity tip number 4, pair this with magnesium glycinate or herbal tea like chamomile or lemon balm for an extra calming effect. Number 5, ritualize your environment. I like to romanticize my environment. So I love candles. I love scents. Lavender is one of my favorites. I have this, because I'm filming in my room, I have this soft, comfortable blanket that I just love. Just anything that feels soft and soft pajamas. It's to me, I'm just romanticizing. I take a nice shower. I get in my Bath and Body Works lotions and scents, and it's just So before getting into bed, do something that signals closure to your body. That can mean turning down the covers, sipping a warm herbal tea, or reading something light and positive. Avoid anything that spikes adrenaline or emotion. So no news. I don't believe in news any time of the day anyway. And no social media scrolls. Longevity tip number 5. Think of your bedtime as an appointment with recovery. Protect it like you would a business meeting or a coaching client. Keep it cool. Room temp 65 to 67 degrees for deep sleep. Here's my favorite mindset shift. Treat bedtime like a board meeting with your future self. Or romantically, I have a date with sleep. You wouldn't cancel on a CEO. You are the CEO of your body. Now we're going to talk about why sleep is the new wealth. Let's talk ROI, return on energy. When you sleep well, your metabolism resets. Let's talk about one of the most underrated fat burning tools you already have: sleep. When you sleep, your body isn't just resting, it's rebalancing. During deep and REM sleep, your brain resets hunger hormones like leptin and ghrelin, which control appetite and cravings. If you don't sleep enough, ghrelin spikes, making you hungrier, while leptin drops, so you never feel full. Meanwhile, your insulin sensitivity improves overnight, helping your body burn fat instead of storing it. And cortisol, your stress hormone, it goes down, reducing belly fat and inflammation. Ladies, I know we love to hear all of that. So if you're grinding all night thinking hustle equals results, remember this: sleep isn't a luxury, it's your metabolic reset button. Protect it, and you'll wake up with more energy, focus, and fat burning power. Your emotional IQ skyrockets. Now, the amygdala is the part of the brain that instantly reacts to emotional stimuli like fear, anger, excitement, or stress. It's instinctive and fast, like an emotional fire alarm. But when it's overactive, it can hijack your reactions, making you snap, overthink, or shut down under pressure. Now, the prefrontal cortex, that's up in here, the emotional regulator, that's the PFC so it's the prefrontal cortex, PFC, located right behind your forehead, acts like the CEO of your brain. It helps you pause before reacting, interpret what's really happening, and choose a balanced, intentional response. When your PFC, prefrontal cortex, is strong, it quiets the amygdala, helping you lead with composure instead of reactivity. This balance between emotion and logic is the foundation of emotional intelligence. Recognizing your emotions, regulating your reactions, reading others' cues. When your emotional IQ is balanced by deep, restful sleep, you're able to make clear, compassionate decisions. Your decision making improves by up to 30%. Sleep is your secret profit strategy because fatigue costs. It costs you clarity, confidence, and creativity. Wealth is health expressed over time. Now, let's recap my longevity sleep protocol. And here's a sample routine: 90 minutes before bed, light dinner, no alcohol, start dimming the lights. 60 minutes before bed, screens off, journal 3 things you're grateful for. Because remember, gratitude clears mental clutter and lowers cortisol. 30 minutes before bed, sip herbal tea, chamomile, reishi, or valerian. Do some gentle stretching or deep breathing. I love the deep breathing. 10 minutes before bed, we're back to my affirmations. How can I fully surrender to rest, knowing it multiplies my energy, wealth, and purpose? When you honor your rhythm, your body rewards you with clarity, focus, and vitality, the real luxury currency. Let me share a client story. A 45-year-old tech executive was sleeping only 4 hours a night. And most people I know say, oh, that's enough. It's not. After resetting her circadian rhythm, adding magnesium glycinate, and a wind down routine, she lost 12 pounds, killed her cravings, and closed her biggest contract of the year. That's what alignment looks like. Rest is the new ambition. So let's recap. Deep and REM sleep equals your hormone reset. Circadian rhythm equals your energy compass. Sleep equals your most profitable strategy. Tonight, take action. Schedule your bedtime like a meeting. Step outside for morning light. Download my free longevity sleep optimization checklist. The link will be in the show notes. And if you're ready to go deeper, book a longevity strategy call with me, where we design your personalized sleep, stress, and success blueprint. Remember, longevity is not a destination, it's a lifestyle. Sleep well, lead well, and live long. I'm Nurse Sherry, your quality longevity lifestyle and high performance coach. See you in the next episode.